at Old Church in East Peckham. This is my favourite place in the world. I can show you, there's the old church, Norman church. I come up here a lot. And I live down in the valley somewhere about 2 miles in that direction, and I've cycled up to here in my newly switched up bike. So, as you probably know, I've had a few issues, but mostly I would say if anyone's doing this, read the guidebook, instruction booklet. First thing was the disc. I had trouble getting the sensor on. It helps if I actually read the disc. There is one side that isn't usable, one side that is, and I had it the wrong way round, hence this was catching on it, the sensor was catching on it. I've put it on now with 2 straps. I'm thinking of gluing it because as you can see it's rounded here, and that's going to eventually slip round a bit, so a little bit of glue will sort that out. Now the discs, the motor as well, what I should have done, because it wasn't fitting, if you can see here, I've put the torque washer on the inside, spread the forks out just a little bit, and that seems to be working fine. On the handlebars, oops, where is it? Oh, there you are. You can see I've got there it is, the magnet and the sensor. There's a bit of a chore getting on there, but I've strapped it around there a bit to keep it in there. So that's now secure, and both work fine. And the same on this one. I might have to adjust them a bit, and but they work absolutely fine. Now I fitted this on. It took a little bit because I followed the instructions, but I should have layered a little more of this strap. I doubled it first and it wasn't tight enough, so at an angle of about 45 degrees. I've now moved it out, and that's holding it nice and securely. Right, now as you can see, I've done 3.1 miles. As you can see, the power has already gone down 1, and when I was cycling up the hill it went down 2, so I probably got an adjustment wrong on the actual guide. I might have to have a look at that, make sure everything's as it should be. Now a lot of people are asking what it's going to be like for, how should one tactfully put it, a slightly above average weight person up a hill. Well, I do fit in that category. I came up a hill, it was going, I suppose at the steepest part I was doing 5 miles an hour on 9, and I had to put quite a bit of work in it, but I'm assuming that's because of my weight and not the system itself. Yeah. And on the norm, the acceleration on 9 is really quite quick. I'm really quite pleased with how on the flat how acceleration it is. I'm sure there might be something I can adjust to make it go a little faster uphill, but I'm mindful there's a lot of dead weight on the seat. So no, and this issue with the putting the bag out, oops, so I'm holding this myself because I didn't have my daughter's boyfriend film me like I did on the opening. It does come off, there you go, no problem at all, and put it back on, which is just a doddle. There you go, job done. So what was the other thing? There was some other thing that I did notice. Oh, I can't remember what it is, but no, I'm really happy with it. I just want to see if I can get a little more speed up a hill. The acceleration is superb. Yeah, so thanks ever so much, guys. I suppose the ultimate thing is to possibly read what it says on the disc down there. Use the torque washers on the inside, which it did say in the instruction manual, and there's a little bit of work involved on the brake sensors and on that sensor itself for the pass sensor. I did have to cut the little adjustment foot off, which was quite unnerving when you cut something off, but that made it fit perfectly. So no, it seems to be working really well. But obviously I will, if there's any issues, I will pop them up again. And for guys, all the worry, Oops, there's a cat in the middle of nowhere. And no, brilliant. But anyway, look, thanks ever so much. And guys at Switch, I do appreciate your patience and time taken you've taken to actually just make me be able to fit this properly. Sorry, got frog in my throat. Oops. Oh. And yeah, that's the one thing. You do feel the weight of the power pack when you are just walking it. However, once you get up to speed, there's absolutely no notice of it whatsoever. So don't worry about that. It does feel a bit unnerving when you're just pushing it. The wheel feels a bit heavy. Once you're rolling, not a problem. Anyway, thanks ever so much. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to ask me anything, just ask away. All the best. Bye.